Well, Spike It has done it again. Spike It's developed another bait that will revolutionize fishing. Let me just talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to show you exactly how it all works. Now, I don't have it all, but I've got some. The bait is called Sonic Coat. And, you know, Spike It has revolutionized fishing with their Spike It Dip and Die, which is probably in just about every tackle box of every fisherman anywhere. You can buy it at Bass Pro Shop and Cabela's. You can buy it just about anywhere fishing tackle sold. Sonic Coat, S-O-N-I-C, like the Sonic, the drive-ins we have here in Oklahoma and all around the country. Coat, you coat your lures with this, you put it on your lures. This is spray, this right here is a camo green, and it actually colors your lures, but at the same time, and here's the big deal, it makes them easier to see with a forward-facing sonar. I use a Garmin LiveScope, and it makes them easier to see with forward-facing sonar. Now, anytime somebody's got a forward-facing sonar, the first thing you want to do is look at their baits. You want to look at your baits coming back through the water. And that's a big help in fishing, because if you can see your baits well, you can tell how deep that bait's running if you run the crankbait. You run the spinner bait where you can run at various depths, or a jig or something like that, a plastic worm. You can run anywhere from the top to the bottom. You can see where it is, and you can learn a lot about how to keep a bait 5 foot deep, how to keep a bait 7 foot deep, how to do stuff like that. And the Sonic Coat, we're going to show you. They've got 3 products. One, the spray. One, this comes with a brush. And another is a gel. I don't have the gel, so we're going to use these 2 right here. Spike It. They've done it again. Okay, here's what we're going to do now. Now we're going to add some Sonic Coat to it. Put that down. I'll sit down on that. I'm going to add some Sonic Coat. Now, if there's a negative at all to this particular product, is that your bait needs to be dry. So actually, probably what you want to do is you want to add Sonic Coat to some of your lures and put them in a package, particularly soft plastic where you're going to be using quite a few baits. You want to do that probably before you go fishing. It says on the package that on the bottles that you want to have the bait needs to be dry and not oily and not wet. So what I'm going to do, I'll just use this plastic worm. So I'm just going to set it aside first. And what we started using first was a spinner bait. Let me see if I can find my spinner bait rod. I think it was this one right here. Yeah, I think it was this one I was using. Let me make sure and see if that's dry. I don't know if it's this one or that other one over there, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Now, here's what I did when I've been using this bait. You want to shake this up real good. This is the spray. And this right here is a gold color, so what it's going to put is a little gold on it. And all I'm going to do on that is I'm going to take it, and I'm going to hold this over the side of the boat because we got a little bit of breeze blowing, and I don't want it to go on the boat. I'm going to hold this over right here, and I'm simply going to, can you see that where you are there? I'm simply going to spray a little bit on the head, like that. Spray a little bit of gold on the blade. Now, I'm going to wait and let that dry. You can see that put a little bit of a gold tint to that blade. And I put just a little bit of gold on the head. It doesn't change the color of the bait at all. And I'm going to set that on there. I'm going to hook it back here on, I'm not hooking on the ceramic part of the eye. I'm hooking on the metal part of the eye right there. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with all my baits that I've got tied on. Yeah, that was my little jig head. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to spray the head a little bit. I'll move over here and spray the head of it is all. But here's what I'm going to do now. Now I want to take and I'm going to put on the top of this bait. On the top of this bait, you can see there. You can see the gold. You can see the gold on that head. On the top of this bait, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this gold. I'm going to shake it up real good. I think you shake everything up real good. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to undo it. I'm going to apply the brush. I'm going to put a little gold right there underneath. Look at there what that done to that. That's painting that with Sonic Coat on the underneath part of that bait. The underneath part of it. Now we fish this bait. I'm hoping it's dry. Put some up on the top of it. And that's all you got to do to that right there. You see it's change that gold a little bit. Now that's going to form a little film on there. The spray forms a film. I don't know if that does or not, but that's on there. Same thing. I'm going to hook it up here on that rod eye a little bit. And I'm going to do that with every bait that I've done. I'm going to add either the spray or the Sonic Coat brush or both. Now they got a gel also that you put on there, but I'm going to try these 2. I'm going to do all my baits and we're going to look at them again. Okay, guys and girls, we've been in about 3 minutes, so I've got rod and reels laid out all over the front of the boat out here. Just me out here today, and we're out here just kind of field testing and doing this. So I'm gonna start out with my Red Man spinnerbait, and you know, as I think about it, I think I was using that other spinnerbait that already had a gold blade on it. But anyway, that means that has been wet. It's the same bait, 3/8 ounce Red Man spinnerbait with a single spin. It's the only way we make them right now. So that's the exact same bait. So we're gonna look at it and see if we can see it a little bit better. The wind changed direction on us a little bit. We're gonna try to face right into the wind. And I got this set on 40 feet. I moved it back to 60. Yeah, I got that one on 40. I got my gain is right where it was, 65%. I started out at 70 and I moved it back to 65. So it's actually maybe a little bit less than some of those pictures. Might be a little bit less than spinnerbait. So let's throw the thing out there and see what it looks like. And it comes back. It's bigger and brighter, it seems like to me, by quite a bit. Now again, a spinnerbait's pretty easy to see. But that doggone thing looked pretty bright, big and bright to me, I guarantee you that. Here we go again. There, the spinnerbait's falling out there at about 30 feet, and there it's coming back. Look how big that bait looks. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Look at that. Wow, wow. All right, that's the swim bait. You can see it's got the gold on it. See the gold that I painted on the back of that? Also painted the jig a little bit gold. All right. And get that thing spaced out right out here, and we'll throw that baby out there. Wow, that swim bait looks bigger as that spinner bait, doesn't it? Look at it coming up on that school of shad right there. The shad's going away from it. Got a fish following it. Okay, now I want to move to a tiny crankbait. This is a very tiny crankbait. This is a little crappie magic. You can see, look at it in the palm of my hand. You can see how small it is. And it's dry. We're going to look at this bait coming through the water. Now, that's a gold that I put on there. So that is a clown-colored crappie magic. And you see that gold on there? You can see what it's done to the side? It's put a gold tint on there. Huh, fish hit it up on top and got it. Fish hit it up on top and got it. Got my little crappie magic. Little bass. This is a tiny, pretty good bass. Get him out of that tree. A pretty good bass for this little bitty rod. And that, looky there, guys and girls. Not supposed to do that when you're out here just testing out the sonic code, are you? You see that gold coat on there. Who do you think you are anyway, Roland Martin? Son, look at that fish. Sonic coat your crankbaits. You'll see them better on your live scope, and you'll catch more fish. Bye, sugar booger. Ooh, I nearly knocked the rod in. I don't normally have rods hanging over the side like that. Spike it, you're done again. You got stuff that belong in people's boats. This is the sonic coat right here. It comes in 3 or 4 colors. I might be able to tell on the back of the package the colors it comes in. It doesn't tell the colors it's in right here, but it comes in 4 or 5 colors. This is a blue right here. This is a black melon, and you saw me spraying the gold. I think, okay, on the sonic coat and the spray, I like the spray because you can just spray it on real easily. Give it a couple of minutes to dry. It dries quicker than the brush. It just takes about 3 to 5 minutes. That only takes a minute or 2. They got 4 or 5 colors on that. I sprayed go out here today. The other day I was down with Roland Martin down at Toledo Bend, crappie fishing, and we were spraying green pumpkin. We were using green pumpkin on there. So it's got 3 or 4 colors on that. They've also got a gel that you can actually rub on the baits. Want to catch more fish? Spike it. Like their slogan is, if fish don't bite it, spike it. This is another revolutionary product from Spike It, Sonic Blast. See your baits better, catch more fish.